If you are an international paediatrician watching this video, then you might be wondering about the various routes for applying for GMC registration. The two most well-trodden paths are the PLAB exam or the MRCPCH exams. Now, if you're looking to come in at a more senior level, so that might be ST3 or registrar as it might be known in your country, then MRCPCH is probably going to be the route for you. It's the exam that's sat by UK trainees around the ST3 level, so generally it's considered a good access point for ST3 plus level doctors to come in with. If you've decided that the MRCPCH exams are the ones for you, then you're going to start with the theory-based examinations. So traditionally, these were known as Part 1A and 1B. They're now known as FOP and TAS, so Foundations of Practice, Theory and Science. These are very much theoretical exams, so in terms of preparation, get back to your textbooks. You should be absolutely fine. If you've got a couple of years working in paediatrics, just brush up on the basics. They're sat 3 times per year. So it's important to get booked in early and be aware of when the timings for these are, because if you miss a sitting or you fail one of the exams, you will have to wait for the next set before you can sit them again. They can be sat internationally. It's slightly more expensive to book the exams from overseas, so just over £700 for an international applicant to apply for both examinations, and there's a discount for doing both at the same time, so it's worth doing them on the same day if you can. Each paper is 2.5 hours in length and around 80 questions on each paper. They're all multiple choice and they're either single best answer or extended matching types of questions. The next section of the MRCPCH exams is the AKP, the Applied Knowledge and Practice examinations. Kind of similar setup to the theory in the sense of them both being, it's a 2-hour paper, sat on the same day, 2 hours 30 minutes per paper, and it's more about your understanding and interpretation of the foundations of your practice, so the theory, and how you apply that to a clinical scenario. So you're given things like case histories, photographs, data to interpret all of these things in your examination, and the objective of course is to show that you've got the applied knowledge in practice, AKP. The exam costs just over £800 for international doctors to apply. It's slightly cheaper if you're applying from the UK, and it is essential to sit on the same day, so you can do both papers on the exact same day. If you've got this far, then it's finally time for the clinical examination. So MRCPCH clinical is in a hospital-based setting, and it's really testing your actual applied skills on the job. So the expectation is that you've got 2.5 years of clinical practice under your belt at this point, of which at least 6 months needs to be practicing as a paediatrician. So this is where, if you've already got experience and you're working at a registrar level, hopefully you'll find this examination relatively straightforward. It is quite testing though. There are 12 stations over 2 hours and 40 minutes. And of course you're going to be under intense scrutiny at that time, so it's important to be well prepared, thinking about all of the things that you do in practice day in, day out, and perhaps some of the trickier scenarios that come up as well. You'll be faced with actors, of course, which can be daunting in itself. So it's important to try and prepare for these exams by thinking about the day-to-day practice that you do, practicing with colleagues, and maybe even attending some of the recognised clinical examination courses, prep courses, which are really, really good too. All right, we've raced through what to expect from the MRCPCH exams. Of course, in practice, they are very difficult exams to pass, as they're testing you to one of the highest levels, the Royal College standards, of course, some of the most revered guidelines in the world. But of course, the reward for sitting them is that you should find it relatively straightforward to apply for ST3 level jobs in the NHS. So if you're at that level and you're ready to do so, then please do get in touch. We'll put the contact details up at the end of the video.